to it all the time. I tell all my friends to smack it raw.
Following podcast contains mature content. The views and opinions expressed by the host are not necessarily those of the host. Listener discretion is advised.
And I didn't fuck it up this time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Smackin' It Raw. I am your host, the patron saint of podcasting, the Warden Matt Ritter, and I'm here with my co-hosts this evening. She is host of the She-Lead Showcase Inside the Mind of In the Crowd and Storytime with the reigning defending undisputed trick or trivia champion, Ms. Kitty Kinsey Baby. And he is the Hijo del Rar, Vicente Alejandro Delgado Estrada, or as you guys may know him, our friend Steve. What's up, Vince?
What's going on?
Yeah, you're not Rar anymore. Now you're the son of Rar.
Son
you're
of
Rar
Rar.
Jr.
Rar, yeah. El hijo de Rar Jr. Got it.
You're still muted, Katie.
I know. I figured that out. I muted myself during the intro because I'm nice.
I also muted myself during the intro.
I did not. I just kind of held my breath while the intro played and hope I didn't speak.
So, how are you? How is everyone?
I'm doing all right. I'm chilling. I've been getting into my Mortal Kombat fix, so I got that to ease my take my mind off of things, and just get distracted. So I'm just chilling. I'm enjoying a good time.
Okay. I'm happy to see that you're talking to us from your home location.
We'll see how long that lasts.
I'll be down on the Riverwalk tomorrow, so.
Yeah. New location. Further and further down south every time we go and do an episode. I think that's what's going to happen.
Not. What about you, Katie? How are you?
I'm fine, chilling. I'm here. I'm tired.
You're tired.
I'm eepy.
Do you have any news and rumors for us?
I have one. Literally one. And it's the thing that everyone has been wishing and wanting for a while now. As of next week, or I guess next week, SmackDown, 2 hours. We're going back.
Okay,
About fucking time.
I'm so happy. It's going to make our reviews a lot easier. Speaking of our reviews being a lot easier, well, actually, it has nothing to do with that. But we are Smash or Passing Night of Champions. And they faked me the fuck out yesterday because I know, TC and them were watching, the live feed.
Oh, yeah.
SmackDown. And I saw people posting pictures of first I saw the picture of CM Punk, who we'll talk about when we get to that match, as John Cena. But then I saw the AJ Lee, Nikki Bella pics.
Yeah.
Oh, so you thought Nikki...
I thought AJ showed up. And I was like, oh.
That already happened.
And then I watched the show.
Yeah, that's that's a fair assumption given you didn't have context to go off of, and
that would have been trolling on the whole next level. Not only do you dress up as John Cena from the Thugonomics era, but then you bring out a woman dressed as his ex-fiance.
It's kind of fucked up.
Exactly, it would have been great. So before we get into Night of Champions, there are things happened on Raw and SmackDown that did not pertain to Night of Champions. Also, all of NXT and whatever I took notes on AEW because AEW was a rough night for me. So we'll talk about that stuff first, and then we'll sprinkle in the Raw and the SmackDown stuff that pertains to the matches that we're going to talk about.
Right.
So I guess we should just get it out of the way, right, Katie?
Yes.
Goldberg had a sit-down interview. Later, Gunther comes out pissed off because it's 2025 and he's the guy now. He said Goldberg's a 58-year-old one-trick pony who can't lace his boots.
Yeah.
And he's going to kill the myth and legacy of Goldberg. And I know who Katie's rooting for in that match.
Here we go, Gunther. Here we go.
I'm with Katie here.
Yeah, no, I don't give a flying fuck what Bill had to say. I don't even think I was fully paying attention during that moment, so couldn't even tell you what the man said.
Okay. What about you, Vince? Any thoughts on Bill versus?
Listen, my only thoughts is the same thoughts I've had about Rock versus Roman. You didn't need the fucking title. It's his retirement match. If he ends up winning this match and doesn't retire, it'd be a fucking waste. I'm not mad that they put the title on Gunther. I'm just mad that they're just giving this old piece of shit a fucking title match as his retirement match when other wrestlers didn't get that latitude, that same thing. Like Kurt Angle wanted John Cena's retirement match. He couldn't get it. He got Baron Corbin. That's not a knock on Baron Corbin. I'm just saying, why the fuck does this bald motherfucker get a chance to get whatever he wants for his retirement match when he hasn't done half the things that a Kurt Angle or others have? So that's my thoughts.
Bald.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Quite literally. So, Katie, I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure as per the rules of our Deadpool, Bill Goldberg does qualify.
Yeah.
How upset are you going to be come SummerSlam if that man has a heart attack in the middle of the ring and you don't get the points for it?
Well, he won't even be at SummerSlam.
Or not SummerSlam, Saturday night's main event. That's the one.
A little disappointed, but there are much bigger fish to fry in the Deadpool, Ric Flair, that I need to have it. So, no, he apparently made it down the mountain, so I don't know what to tell you.
Should have been news. Didn't hear anything about it.
I
heard about it on She Elite, but I didn't hear about it.
Yeah.
Speaking of people that don't want things, the New Day doesn't ever want to wrestle again.
No.
And they're very upset that Adam Pearce made a match for them next week.
Against Judgment Day, right? Was it?
I don't know who. It might have been against Judgment Day. I wasn't really paying attention. I just wrote down that they have a match next week and they're pissed. I do know that Xavier Woods posted his Mount Rushmore on Twitter and The Miz was on it and some dude was like giving him shit about it and they were going back and forth about like their Mount Rushmores and Miz being on his and the reasons why. That was pretty entertaining.
Oh yeah,
I have not looked at that. I gotta check that out for sure.
Because he basically told this guy like, the guy's like, who are you taking off my Mount Rushmore? It is Stone Cold, HBK, Triple H, and Ric Flair. And he's like, honestly, I'm not taking anyone off because I don't give a fuck. It's your Mount Rushmore.
That's almost verbatim what he tweeted. Exactly. So. He's like, I don't give a flying fuck about your Mount Rushmore. I named my Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Bailey and Lyra. They're backstage having a chat, and that apparently seeing people have friends because Becky lost all of hers, just triggered her. She got all upset. She's freaking out about this whole collusion, which rightfully so, maybe, because during Bailey versus Becky, our favorite bird lady came down and fucked shit up for Bailey.
You know what they say about flying too close to the sun? You fuck things up.
All right, she's not Icarus. Relax.
She might as well be at this point. Hey, what's up? What's up, Noob?
Hey, Noob.
Hey.
Long time.
Noob hasn't been here in a minute. Shout out to Noob.
We missed you.
Yeah.
But yeah, sure. I think we predicted a triple threat, and it's looking like we're going to get
almost like I called it a few weeks ago. Crazy.
Yeah. By we, I mean she. She said it.
She called it. Shout out to Katie.
What the hell, Jesus?
Hey, what the hell? What the hell is right? What the hell is right?
Look at all you beautiful motherfuckers in my chat. You make me feel special. Maybe I won't retire in 2 years.
Listen,
I don't have to retire.
come into the chat every week, even if you don't participate. I don't want Matt to retire in 2 years.
Speaking of people who are sick of people's shit, Sheamus is sick of Rusev's shit.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, he definitely is. Definitely is. I liked how they got into each other's face. Don't they got a match next week?
Probably.
God, I hope so.
Shout out. Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to that. They're doing something with Rusev, but it just kind of feels like they're not doing enough. Like they just don't have anything going for them, so they're just sticking in with Sheamus. But there is history there, so. I've been gone so long. Matt's become Lord Cuss a lot. Oh yeah, you don't change your name on the thing. It's still at Lord Cuss a lot.
Mine says Matt Ritter, patron saint of podcasting.
Yeah, it says
Yeah.
better for mine, for him too.
No, on my end it says Matt Ritter, and on the bottom it says at Lord Cuss a lot.
Oh, it says patron saint of podcasting on my end for him.
No, I'm looking
Yes.
at my end and the stream. And the stream,
It's
that's what it
literally
said.
not. It's literally not even in there. Like,
Hey,
I don't know.
go back and watch it on YouTube. You'll see.
This place sucks.
This place sucks. That's what Zelina was saying because she lost her United States Championship to Julia.
Bro. Triple H said, "This is the Julia I wanted. Give her a title."
She looks
She had
dope.
3 matches on SmackDown, and this was her 3rd. And they said,
And she's
boom,
champion.
title.
I mean,
Crazy.
once you're there, you might as well do it. Like, I love Selena Vega, and I would have wanted her to do something, but they just didn't have anything planned for her. If Julia helps reignite that U.S. title, I'm all for it, and it's definitely going to give her something to do. So I like it.
Juica?
I don't know.
Couldn't tell you.
Sorry, Jesus.
But like,
I
let's talk
do
about
cuss a
let's
lot.
talk about Zelina's gear.
Let's talk about just the gear in general. But yeah, go ahead.
She came out as a King Cobra. Goated. Beautiful. Julia's gear, also very pretty. I like
Yeah.
the colors. I'm
And
just dreading when all of the women have to look like the fucking Power Rangers in a few months.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. It's gonna be a sight to see for sure.
It's gonna be awful.
Why are they going to
Listen.
look at the Power Rangers?
Because
'Cause they're gonna-
fucking Rumbles in Saudi.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Granted,
yeah,
I
that
like
makes sense.
that the women get to be creative. Like, I mean, Jade's gear obviously was
We'll talk.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like, each year the women get to be very creative with that gear, but like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of gear,
Yeah.
we had Tiffany retaining her title against Nia Jax after another failed cash-in attempt by Naomi.
Oh yeah.
Mind you, I said attempt. She did not fail to cash in. She failed at attempting to cash in.
it's because she was given the briefcase to the ref and she wouldn't let go. It's like, Naomi, you have to let go of the case and let them do it.
I think they just got off on their timing. I think it was supposed to be Tiffany coming in there just a little bit sooner, so they just kind of held it for the spot. I like what they're doing with Naomi. She's doing something where like not a lot of Money in the Bank winners have done, where they're consistently trying to cash in and finding a good spot for it. Granted, she hasn't been successful lately in
Yeah.
cashing in,
Because
but
of
that's
Nia.
gonna come. Yeah, because of Nia, and it's gonna happen at SummerSlam. I think if not one of the 2 nights at SummerSlam, it's gotta happen for sure. Because Jade just won that. Well, we'll talk about it. Never mind. I'm getting ahead of myself. But that last woman standing match was fucking fantastic. Nia did her thing. Tiffany did her thing. And the spot to end things where she landed on the bed of tables, fucking fantastic. Chef's kiss.
I agree. It's a big swallow. Since we're not smashing or passing yet.
Mhm.
I think Nia's the most comfortable of anybody in full body latex because she wears it pretty much all the time.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
basically her gear already.
True. She just can't have the see through
long
stuff.
sleeves.
Hear me out. If you're wearing head to toe latex, do you need to use a condom?
Yes. Well, depends.
What does it depend on, Vince? The answer is yes, because it's not inside you. It does you no good on the outside.
Okay, fair.
So now I'm curious. How does it depend?
Whether or not the latex fully prevents you from like having an erect penis while in the latex suit.
She's in the latex.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about us individuals.
I mean, if you were in a full body latex suit and you did not cut a hole or add a zipper or something,
right.
I guess then yes, you're correct. That would be full preventative. I don't want to know what a boner looks like in a full latex suit because that just sounds painful.
It would have to be molded onto it, just kind of like one of those thongs where like it just goes off onto the penis and stuff like that, kind of like a sock. Only other way to do it.
I need you to invent this and call it Playtex.
Playtex. There you go. There you go.
Yes, I know that's tampons.
I was gonna say that's a tampon brand.
It is, which is a weird name for tampons.
Well, it's just because you can be active.
No, I know, but there's like nothing fun about
tampons. Yeah, I know.
Nothing playful at all.
No, they're not fun. Being women sucks.
You know what was playful though?
What?
The Wyatts versus DIY. The Wyatts versus the Street Profits.
Yep.
DIY. So DIY lost to Andrade and his tag team partner Fenix. That happened, right?
That did happen.
Yes. Because Mexicans.
And then DIY was backstage talking to all of the tag teams, and they're like, "Hey, we can't let the Wyatts win because if we do, we're all fucked. Because there's a lot of them, and they're all mean and scary." So all of the tag teams then decided to come out and ruin the tag team title match.
Which come on, man! Like that was so weak. I'm spitting that whole thing because, like, you don't want to put the titles on the Wyatts. Then why the fuck put them in the title match? It made Bo Dallas, it made everybody look weak, it made them look like chumps because they got taken out by the whole tag team division. I get it, they're outnumbered, but they're supposed to be this being that's supernatural that took out the entire backstage area and Gorilla, and you're trying to tell me that a couple tag teams are gonna like take them out and they're gonna back off? Like, I don't think it's the best look. So I'm spitting.
Didn't the White Six end up standing tall after all of that anyways?
No.
Well, the Street Profits did. So the Street, I think Montez.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, that's because
it's
fucking Montez.
And then ran back in the ring, and him and Dawkins were, like, chilling. But, hey, listen. Uncle Howdy was also standing there on the outside of the pile of dead bodies. Uncle Howdying. So.
Howdy.
Yeah, no,
with little Nikki Cross, who hasn't done shit. Can we talk about how I am like, okay, so there was a point, and I didn't write it in my notes, but I remembered it, so we'll talk about it. So Alexa and Charlotte had a little conversation at some point where Alexa's like, we don't have to be friends, but maybe we should be on the same page because nobody likes you. And I mean, I'm like, I don't know why we're having you involved with her, because I have been hearing for the longest time that your plans were with the White Six, and now they're here, and Nikki Cross ain't doing shit. And one of my favorite female groupings of all time were Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. They were fantastic together. They were fun as fuck together. Now give me the dark version of that, please.
It would be nice for sure, but I don't know. I just don't know what the direction is with the Wyatt Six. I keep hearing stuff about how like Bo Dallas has a specific vision, but he's not medically cleared, so they can't like follow through with his vision. And then the rest of the Wyatt Six, particularly Gacy and Dexter Lumis, want to at least be wrestling and be on TV. And other wrestlers like Nikki Cross don't want to be forgotten, so they want to be on screen and not necessarily wait for Bo Dallas to be fully healthy. That's why Bo Dallas isn't doing anything except for like a bump here or there, but I don't know. Like, I'm just not having fun with the Wyatt Six right now, and I want to be.
No thoughts, Katie?
something will happen. I don't know. We're in a weird like time frame in like the WWE schedule where like SummerSlam's in like a month ish, and you have Evolution to try and plan, which they're not gonna fucking plan anything for because I already know they're not going to. And you have all of these things to try and plan for, but they're not. So, I mean, with the men's tag division, it's the most stacked division across all three brands. That's just a statement. That's just the truth. But having interference consistently in your men's tag matches, not fun.
No.
Wasn't Katie? I mean, I think you might have seen it too. Didn't Ray just tweet something yesterday? It's like, I get it. You have a great men's tag team division, but you don't have to send them all out to interfere in these segments all the time.
Did you say Reek? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Ray.
Yes.
Yeah, Ray said something like that.
I thought you said Ray. I was like, I don't know. I don't follow Rey Mysterio.
What? You should.
I'm busy.
I want to say something. I'm gonna. Now, Vince.
Yes.
Does it say patron say to podcasting on the stream now?
Nope.
Jesus Christ.
Oh well, I tried.
Oh wow.
So Toni Storm came out. Mercedes jumped her because she sucks, and then Mina Shirakawa ran her off. Not important. What's important is apparently I need to start watching Collision because I heard that Toni Storm cut a promo on Collision. I read a quote from that, and I'm going to paraphrase it. Something along the lines of, she will play snooker with her snatch, she will play tic-tac-toe with her tits, and her lover is going to play cornhole with her, and then it was just like ... And I need to know if she finished what she was going to say her lover was going to play cornhole with. I'm assuming her lover is Mina Shirakawa, which, lucky bitch.
Lucky bitch. I'm not sure.
You didn't watch?
Well, no, because Collision was on Thursday this past week, and I was at concert, hence why she leaves on Wednesday nights. So, yeah.
Katie said Avril Lavigne is more important than Collision, and I don't disagree.
Especially when Avril Lavigne was my first concert in like middle school, so getting to see her live again was very apropos.
Yeah.
I love how you got offended when I was agreeing with you.
I'm just saying, like,
she's on auto offense all of a sudden.
Because nobody talks shit about Avril Lavigne.
So let's see, what did I see? I saw Will Ospreay and Swerve. I didn't hear the promo, but I know they challenged the Bucks, and the Bucks gave them a week suspension. I know that Will Ospreay was like, "Hey, here's some stipulations, something about money and power," but I don't know exactly what it was.
Yeah, I can explain. Apparently, it was some British innuendo.
Yeah,
from
snatch
Tony
and snooker,
all of that. So after Swerve and Ospreay's tag match, the Bucks were already out there because they wanted to like kind of interfere or whatever. Ospreay said, "All right, me and Swerve versus you two at Y'all In for the EVP titles, not titles, the title."
So they'll be the new EVPs,
basically,
if they win.
And they only suspended Swerve indefinitely for a week because Swerve technically put his hands on an official when he did like the Swerve stomp thing off the top into like a crowd of security. There was one ref in there, and Mathematics Nickelback said jail.
Okay.
Interesting.
By the way, quick question, because Kate and I brought this up and I forgot to ask.
Okay.
What do you call it cornhole, or do you call it bags?
Cornhole.
Okay. What about
do you call it anything?
You say bags, right?
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
You know the game, like.
There's a big box. You got bean bags. You stand on opposite sides. You throw the bags, and there's a hole. And you get like points if you get it on the box. You get more points if you get it in the hole. Bags.
I thought it was like hot shot or something.
Bitch, what?
Okay. I have no idea where that came from. So
Because I have the game. I have the game, and it says Hot Shot on the
That's
board.
probably like the off-brand name they decided to give it.
Hey,
No,
why
it's
do you
cornhole.
assume I'm buying the off-brand? What?
Because I ain't never seen that on any cornhole boards ever.
Fair enough. I did buy it.
Unless it's like the brand of cornhole.
He said I bought it at a garage sale. All right, because the discussion that Kate and I had was we call it bags here, right? And everywhere else calls it cornhole, and she hates that they call it cornhole and like the term cornhole.
Why?
I don't know. She just does. She doesn't like the way it sounds. It doesn't really make sense.
I think because back when the game was invented, the bags used to be filled with kerneled corn, and you throw it in a hole. Cornhole.
Fair enough.
The logic is there.
And I read her that whole Tony Storm quote with the cornhole at the end, and she goes, "Everywhere else they call it cornhole. Here we call it bags, and I hate that they call it cornhole." So I was like,
"It's
let's
a
see.
Chicago
Maybe
thing.
They call it bags somewhere else."
Nope, it's just you guys.
Fair enough. I also didn't hear the Mox promo, but I know he said things.
Oh, when he was in the stairwell. The same shit that he's been saying, that Hangman can't save us or some shit. Basically.
Okay.
Paraphrasing a lot. It was like a 3-minute to 5-minute promo of him in the stairs. But basically, Hangman ain't shit. I'm the real world champion. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, no, Olivia was having a hissy fit, and I was trying to calm her down and feed her before bed, and I missed a lot of shit. Wednesday was rough. I did see the hurt people hurting people. I believe one of them does drugs.
Which one? MJF?
Only one of them?
Well, the Speedball. Wasn't Speedball out there?
Speedball doesn't do drugs.
The hurt people, hurting people don't do drugs. As far as I know, they might. Who knows? But
I mean, Max probably does drugs.
Max probably does.
I was talking about the Canadian redneck. Was he not one of the people getting hurt by the hurt people?
I didn't watch AEW this week.
Well,
they weren't in Mexico.
Jet Speed had a match, but it wasn't against. No, it wasn't against Herb Syndicate.
Yeah,
Fuck, I remember
after Jet Speed's match and beat Jet Speed up.
Honestly, probably. I don't know. That part of the match and the show is a blur.
Okay, but then I got back into it. So we had Thunder Rosa versus Willow Nightingale versus Athena. Look at them listening to us after 5 years and finally putting her on AEW consistently.
About fucking time.
They only had to fire Abaddon to do it. And then Chris Statlander. And they had this fatal 4-way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yuta and Shafir attack Willow.
Yeah.
And Stat, is like, all right, after Willow fucked them up, advantage time. And then she got the win. And we're still like, is Statlander going to be in a lesbian relationship with Marina Shafir or not?
No. I hope not.
Is that not what this is about?
This is about... I think this is more so playing on the insecurities of Chris Statlander because she doesn't really have any friends anymore. And Jon Moxley's a son of a bitch. And Wheeler Yuta looks like a bitch. And Marina Shafir is a bitch. So... it's all there.
I definitely can see her being like, scissor me, shitty little boots.
She's Mrs. Shitty Little Boots, excuse you.
Mrs. Shitty Little Boots is crazy.
Yes. Married to Roddy Strong. Roddy Strong is Shitty Little Boots.
So, we've explained the various layers of cuckolding versus hot wifing and all of that, right?
Oh my god.
There. So, one of the aspects that we haven't really talked about is the man that the woman sleeps with in either of those situations is generally referred to as a bull.
What the fuck?
Wait, what?
The man that the woman sleeps with in a cuckolding or hot wifing situation is generally referred to as a bull.
Right.
And
okay.
I don't know if I'm crazy, but the Beast Mortos looks a lot like a bull.
It's because
is a bull. He's Mercedes Bull, maybe.
Well, but that's not a.
That's implying she has
situation.
That's
just a relationship they're having.
Listen, we don't 100% know if Mercedes is not sending videos and stuff to her ex, or whatever they got going on.
I don't think. I think she's
Regardless,
got
she's
Mikaze blocked.
don't worry about why I know so much about that. I was on Pornhub. I do my research.
Is that your wife?
Yeah, texting me. Why do you know so much about cooking?
That's so fucking funny.
You do
I am
know
an
a lot,
expert
man.
in the field of porn. Anyway,
Not corn. Porn.
I'm also
Not
an expert in the
porno.
field of corn.
Porno.
Not a cornfield, but the field of corn with a K. So anyway,
Children.
Hangman beats Mercedes Bull, and then he gets DP by the Bucks and choked by Mox. The Ops
Mhm.
try and make the save, but they can't get in the ring because apparently, even though they're all big, mean, scary men, the Bucks and Moxer, who also had Hangman in a chokehold, wasn't stopping them. So like they were afraid of the Bucks, I guess. I don't know, but Will Ospreay wasn't, and they were all afraid of Will Ospreay. And let me tell you something: when you have Powerhouse Hobbs, when you have Shibata, when you have Samoa Joe, and Will Ospreay, the last person in that group of people that I'm fucking afraid of fighting is Will fucking Ospreay.
That's true.
He's at the bottom of that list, but he's the one that ran them off. They are all like, "Oh fuck, it's Will," and then they ran away.
Yeah, that is true. That is exactly what happened.
Yeah, fair enough.
I have nothing to add. It's also like I don't know why Mox keeps putting Hangman in these BDSM type situations. Like, sir, I'm gonna need you to calm down. Living out your fantasies on TV. Take it easy.
Yeah.
They won't let him do these things at home, so he's getting them out in the ring with Hangman.
But is Hangman consenting? That's the key. Because consent
I
is
mean,
key.
if he is in the ring for the segment, the assumption is he has consented to what happens in the ring.
Did I consent to it? That's the question. Did I consent to
it? Did you watch it?
No.
Then you didn't consent to. Then no, why would you?
Then why are we here?
You didn't watch it. Why do we need your consent anyway?
How are we here?
Vince is very confused about consent laws. Listen, Hangman and Renee both have same-ish colored hair, both long hair. Again, maybe this is just him, getting his fantasies out.
Maybe he just really wants to fuck a cowboy. I mean, don't we all?
Yeah. I can see this.
I'm not too keen on the idea. I'd rather fuck a cowboy than get fucked by a cowboy.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
There you go. So the statement reigns true still.
Cowboys do ride bulls, and we talked about bulls earlier. Speaking of bulls, Briggs Jensen loses to Trick Williams and gets jumped by Joe. Trick gets jumped by Joe Hendry.
Yeah. He wants to ride a cowboy.
Well, you gotta save that horse.
True.
Yeah.
Joe had a match with Wes next week and plans to remind him where Wesley came from. But also, Joe Hendry's plan is to get his belt back from Trick Williams. That's what he's here. Very more serious, less happy-go-lucky. Say his name.
Right.
He appears.
Right. No, it was more straight down to business type of Hendry this time around. I'm for it. I don't think he's gonna get his title back, but yeah, sure. Why not keep doing
Trick
something?
Can't be TNA champion forever. I know we all want it to be Mike Santana, but
hey, it's yeah. As long as it's not like someone like Elijah or something like that, I think I'll be fine with it.
Mike Santana's black now, right?
Mike Santana. For the active draft.
Right.
Kayla, what's up, Kayla?
Jesus.
Well, that's how we pronounce her name when she joins the stream. Everybody just starts yelling at her like Billy Kay. But yeah. Mike Santana's black now per the ethnic draft over on Gacho. Cheap plug. Go ahead, check it out. Apparently, it's our seasonal break finale episode, so nothing until after SummerSlam. Gacho related will be there.
It's not a cheap plug if I cue you up to do it, Vince.
Still. So.
Also, Tavion Heights had a training accident,
right,
with Charles, and then Charles was like, "I'm sorry that I hurt you. I'll just take your match." And Tavion's like, "No, fuck that."
Yeah.
goes out there to wrestle Javon Evans, and then Jasper Troy shows up, and Jasper Troy is all over the place. Because why the fuck not?
I'm still not 100% sold on Jasper Troy, but I'm warming up to him slowly but surely.
This is another Sol Ruka situation.
It could be.
Sol
It could
Ruka
be.
all
I've
over again.
admitted to it. Yeah, I've admitted that it could be a Sol Ruka situation. It took me a long time for me to get there, but I got there eventually.
Charles is a piece of shit. Just let Davion go.
I love
At
how
this
his gimmick is, I'm just going to try and take all of my training partners' matches. Like, he tried to take Miles' match after he won the fucking Battle Royal. Now he's hurting Tavion, so he can't compete. Why can't you just get yourself a fucking match on TV, Charles? You're supposed to be in charge.
Listen, Baby Rago has lost a lot of credibility in my eyes.
Your daddy used to make matches, bitch. Like, just go get... Listen, Ava doesn't say no to anybody, all right? Ava doesn't
do shit. Ava doesn't do shit. Let's be honest.
Sign people. She signs people.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. She knows how to
sits in
sign
the corner
talent.
and watches them get their ass beat after they sign the contract, but she at least gets them to sign a contract.
True.
She's a GM. She can't put her hand on talent.
Absolutely can. I've seen it happen plenty of times.
You shouldn't.
Ricky Sainz had his match with the Sidekick Slayer.
Adam Pearce is right
is the
there.
worst GM.
But okay.
No. Adam Pearce still at least gets in people's faces at the very least.
Listen, I'm not saying that Dark State would not have happened on Adam Pearce's watch. It would have.
100% would have.
It absolutely would have. But he at least would have been somewhat upset backstage about it and whined and complained. She didn't even do that much. She just let them keep doing shit until she ruined Tony D'Angelo's life.
And now they're having a promo saying, "Oh, did you guys miss us? We're back." And I'm like, "Oh fuck, here we go again."
But Ricky Sainz defeated Ashanti, and then he gets jumped by Ethan Page, and then Ava, doing something. Since we're talking about her, she's like, "I want both of you in my office next week." And Ethan's like, "I do things on my terms, so we're gonna do it on my terms." And then he calls his children on the phone and talks to them.
See, this Ava tries in this situation, but Ethan Page is a shithead and won't listen.
But
she could be like, "You show up, or I strip you of the title." You could show up.
She's told them repeatedly that they need to cut this shit out, and neither listen to her. It's about men not respecting women, but that's a whole different conversation we can have.
Women, none of the women respect her either. Okay, so it's a respect issue. It's a respect issue then.
Well, there's only one main problem of women who do not respect Ava.
And who is that, Katie?
Fatal Influence.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because JC Jane is a fake ass bitch.
Damn, even having power, it still doesn't work. That sucks.
Yeah.
Worked fine for me.
Damn it.
So, I'm a father. I have 2 children. I'm raising 5 children. Consequences matter. Like, if you just threaten them all the time or tell them to do shit and they ignore you and then you don't do anything about it, then they're just going to keep ignoring you and not doing anything about it. So maybe give them some consequences for their actions. Suspend them. Strip Ethan Page of the title. Do fucking something. You are the GM. You have the power. But
there's been women GMs out there in the past that have exercised consequences. AJ Lee, as much as I pain to say her name, Vicky Guerrero, or just, even Stephanie McMahon. Examples of what?
Excuse me.
Oh yeah, she's apparently making a comeback to WWE too.
Don't, please. I swear,
that's what I've been seeing.
I heard she's gonna be Ray with the goatee's manager.
Stop.
She's leading the LWO.
Fatal Influence, the damage control of NXT, and JC Jane is the worst faction leader. Oh, whoa. What are you trying to say about damage control, sir?
Damage control's not even together anymore. It doesn't matter.
Hey, I can still take offense.
Here's my fantasy booking for Vicky Guerrero. She comes back as Dom's manager, right? Because that's his stepmom. He's now the king of the luchadors.
Yeah,
And
but we've
as
seen she's
they
not a good, even like regular mother. So like
and
that's like
then those two go and defeat Ray and take over the LWO. And Eddie Guerrero's wife is the rightful head of the LWO as she should be,
That's crazy.
and is
no, no,
illegitimate child.
no. Because if he doesn't want to be with a deadbeat dad, why would he want to be with a deadbeat stepmom?
I mean, is she a deadbeat to him?
Yeah, where has she been his whole life?
Behind the scenes, nurturing him, sending him
We
pictures of his father to use on Instagram.
No. Google does that for him.
it.
He Googles that shit. No. Let's not try to get that on there. Yeah, noob. I don't want Vicky Guerrero back on TV. Please, no. The last time they tried that was AEW, and that was terrible.
You know what else we should not do?
What?
Inamura versus Obafemi. Did I not say this last week? You cannot beat this man. I don't give a fuck.
He's not going to beat him, but he's gonna put on a good match.
Oba's like, I want a challenge, and Inamura's like, tag team wrestler coming in. I got this. No, get the fuck out of here.
I mean, guaranteed he probably wasn't a tag wrestler in Japan, but
It's a tag wrestler here, goddammit.
Why not? No one else stepped up.
If Oba wants a challenge, send down Damian Priest. Send down some former NXT champion.
Well, if you do that, then you're not building up the men's singles division on NXT, which is the issue here. So, you know,
hold on. That is not
part.
true. No, that is not true.
More
If you send down exactly, if you send down former NXT champions to face Oba, in the meantime, you can build a contender. But if you just keep sending random people at Oba to be destroyed by the Destroyer, you're not building talent. You're crushing them one by one until there's no one left. So work on building a motherfucker up.
Yeah.
While letting him beat some former NXT champions and, you know, solidify his legacy as the BBC ruler of NXT.
BBC ruler of NXT. Well, you're right in that regard. However, if it's like on an NXT like regular episode, then yeah, send Inamura out there. But if it's like on a PLE, like Great American Bash, then no, don't do that as one of your matches on there because they already do 5 matches as is. You know, like you're gonna waste the spot.
I don't think it is going to be. I think it literally is happening on Tuesday.
And if it's on Tuesday, then I think it's fine. I think title matches with like lower card guys like Inamura versus the NXT champion for the title on NXT TV, I think that's perfectly fine. It gives the champion something to do, and just essentially it's a squash match for lack of a better term. But it's still something, and it's better than nothing than just having him just be out there on like getting an interview or something on commentary or whatever.
I have a thought. Instead of having him deal with bullshit like losing to Stacks because Luca's fucking incompetent, because listen, at this point, either you're working for Stacks or you're a fucking idiot. Either way, you don't belong in the family anymore, Luca. Because this is twice now that you have hit Tony and cost him a match or cost him a fight.
This time he cost him
him a title.
That's almost a quote from CM Punk's shoot promo that he did on Colt Cabana. Where he goes and talks about Ryback, where he goes up to Ryback. I'm like, you can't tell me you did that. You didn't do that on purpose. Now you either tell me you did that shit on purpose or you're a fucking idiot. He's like, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm sorry.
Which Ryback is a fucking idiot.
Ryback, yeah, he's dumb as fuck.
But you know, Tony is the only person on the NXT roster to defeat Obafemi, let alone for a championship. So if we're looking for someone to build up to face Obafemi, maybe we should look at having the Don do, some winning.
Yeah, that would help.
And then go after the ruler. And then, we can call the ruler up after that, after Tony becomes NXT champion.
Yeah, I think he's ready. He's done everything.
Miss Parker.
Yeah, Miss Parker.
Ash Legend, who Katie is not happy did not win this match.
Whole theory.
Jordan Grace and who, Katie?
Wait, hold on.
It's the thing you won't let me say.
Oh yeah, that horror-y name.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I forgot she was in this match.
So they had a fatal 4-way match, and then
that horror-y name.
decided to swoop in and seduce Tatum with friendship and cookies.
Right.
And be like, come hang out ringside with me for my match.
Yeah.
Didn't help, though. Jordan Grace won. Jordan Grace goes on to Evolution to face JC Jane for the championship and probably beat her and become NXT.
Yeah. Which, again, if that's what we're doing, why the fuck did you not just have her beat Stephanie for the title at Battleground?
Because then you don't have this whole thing to set up the match at Evolution for the title.
What they did to set up the match for Evolution could have been the same thing, except with Jordan Grace as the champion instead of JC Jane.
Let me ask you this: what's a bigger match for Evolution? Jordan Grace defeating JC Jane and becoming NXT Women's Champion, or Jordan Grace as NXT Women's Champion defeating JC Jane and retaining her title?
JC Jane shouldn't be in the equation. Anyways,
I'm the same thing. So if we do the same thing, do this in Jordan's spot.
4-way match, but instead of Jordan winning, someone else can win, like the Lash Legend. Now we have Lash Legend versus Jordan Grace,
and then we
Jordan
have Lash Legend lose again.
That's fine. I'd rather anything except JC Jane on my television
in front of her home crowd.
That's not upset Katie is fine. Now. That is not fine.
Any other alternative that isn't JC Jane or Izzy Dame in the title match or with the title is an upgrade for me.
Listen, you need a transitional champion. That's what JC is. It's fine. It's gonna be okay. We have those sometimes in wrestling. It's okay.
No.
Listen, it's the only fucking match right now for Evolution, so I'm taking it.
I'm hoping she drops the title to like Blake Monroe on NXT Great American Bash, and then we get Monroe versus.
Going to.
Why are you saying her name weird?
Blake Monroe. Monroe.
Is it just me, or does that sound? Is he emphasizing the Mon oddly?
No, Monroe.
Yeah,
Blake Monroe.
Okay,
Monroe.
So it's not just me. Okay, yeah.
Whatever.
Monroe. Just
again, easy. Vince, you're putting the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllables.
Gesundheit. Gesundheit.
Speaking of which, Miles Bourne was trying to make friends backstage since he quit his group and what up?
Hey. Ivan, OPC.
Birthday, Ivan.
Happy belated birthday, Ivan.
Well, I already wished him like an actual happy birthday.
Yeah. Did you get your michelada finally, Ivan? You wanted it since like noon this afternoon. So Blake's Jamaican. Shut the fuck up, Jesus. Blake Monroe, Yeah.
Miles is backstage fighting through communication barriers, trying to make friends because he quit, the No Quarter Catch crew, and now he doesn't have friends because they all stayed with Charles in charge, and they're regretting their decisions.
Right.
Well, Tavion wanted to leave, but he wasn't allowed.
Yeah, Ren Sinclair's like no,
which is kind of fucked up. It sounds very possessive of Charles. Again, more negative.
Very weird, but that's not there.
Lexis King, who hates friends, this is a well-known fact, just ask who the fuck is Griff Garrison, got upset seeing that friends were being made backstage and decided to pick a fight with Miles Bourne.
And he said, he can't hear me. Bitch, yes he can. He's ignoring you.
Oh my god.
It's also a possibility. That is a possibility.
No, Miles said, I heard him. There's so much happening.
Bueller.
Grace Evan was Magna produced simply because of Karrion.
Thumbnail. Hey, it was a great thumbnail. It was a great thumbnail.
That's all that producer right there.
Yeah.
You guys ready to smash or pass Clash of Champions?
Let's see. Yes, had my michelada when ceviche secure the hangover.
I'm just you to read that louder and not under your breath.
Oh, I thought you were going to put it up on the screen, so I wasn't sure if you were going to put it up or not.
What about
Yes, had my michelada with ceviche to cure the hangover, so feel much better. And now night 2 begins later tonight. I'm too old for this shit, but familia is talking me into it. So no, it can't be around family when it comes to stuff like that. They'll just encourage you to drink even more, dude.
I agree. It does sound insane out loud.
Which is why I'm
So
not saying that out loud.
We kicked off the Night of Champions with the champion in WWE, one Cody Rhodes versus 15-time.
Is he the champion?
Actually, 14 time.
Yeah, 14.
He's not 15 yet.
Not yet. Well, he's not going to be because he lost the match.
Damn.
So basically, on SmackDown, on Raw, Jay lost to Cody.
Yeah.
Which then set up Cody versus Randy for a shot, which was one of the two outcomes that we said we needed to have, right? That was a thing. And then on SmackDown, Cody and Randy had a little chat, like nothing special, but Cody actually got to talk this time. So like, good for him. Like, he got words in. And I know how most of my friends feel about Cody Rhodes.
Young Kings Wrestling.
I still love Cody Rhodes.
And Cody's starting to piss me off now.
I thought he was the right call. Oh, wait, hold on. I missed a whole thing that we need to talk about before we get into Clash of Champions.
Night of Champions.
Whatever. Night of Champions, Clash of Champions, Champions.
Afternoon of Champions. That's
Ron
what
Killings.
Yes.
I love you. I want you to be the one to beat John Cena, but chill the fuck out on fucking with Aleister Black. Like, why did you pick that man to fuck with? And he taught you why you shouldn't pick that man to fuck with, because you came out running your mouth and you got black masked. And now Damian Priest, for some reason, wants to like get in Aleister Black's face about it. Like, the fuck? Mello said it. Mind your own goddamn business.
Right? Like I love. Go ahead, Katie.
I need it. Priest and Aleister, come on. This is what the streets need. The streets being me. Specifically, I need this.
Right.
I am the streets.
Back to go ahead, Vince.
I was agreeing with you. Like, listen, he hit him from behind, but technically he turned around before he hit him. He didn't hit him from behind, so Damian Priest is wrong there. Yes, mind your fucking business, because R-Truth is in the wrong here. Ron Killings is in the wrong here. He keeps interfering in Aleister Black's matches and business, so you're gonna get something. And I guess someone finally knocked on the dude's door. The fuck is the chat saying? I want to be patient with what they're doing with Truth, but I'm not confident with it so far. Same. Ever since they started calling him R-Truth and stopped calling him Ron Killings.
They're calling him both.
Well, he's calling himself Ron Killings. Everybody else is calling him R-Truth.
It's a whole personality thing. It works.
Yeah. The truth hurts. All right, back to Night of Champions, not Clash of Champions.
Afternoon of Champions.
So the face of WWE and the ass of America, Cody Rhodes, is your new king of the ring. Yes. Which is also why he's 16-3 on PLE since leaving AEW, because face of WWE, ass of America. Or America's ass.
Ass of America.
Again, Cody and Cena happened at Mania. This is going to be SummerSlam, so that's 3 months away. We literally just had Randy versus Cena. I didn't need Randy versus Cena again immediately at SummerSlam. I don't know if that's what you and TC and Reek wanted, but I
already told you what's going to happen.
I'm a Cody guy, so
I already said what's going to happen at SummerSlam. Yeah, exactly. We got teases of it today, not tonight. This was at 1 p.m. We got teases of this today. Cody was doing some sneaky shit. Randall's also doing some sneaky shit. Also, Randy, just fucking punt him, please. Why are we hesitating?
What sneaky shit did Cody do?
He was just giving sneaky vibes.
What specifically was sneaky about his vibes? I saw nothing.
I saw nothing. It was something about the faces he was making. I don't know. Sneaky.
I think we're reading too much into it.
He's still upset he's spaghetti that he didn't get to talk last week on SmackDown. So he said, "I'm burning this place to the ground."
He did get on the mic.
The company. He should be able to talk.
What if Ron Killings is the one?
That's what I want. That's what I.
That's what I want. That's
to leave Aleister Black alone.
Yeah,
he got blacked.
We wanted Jay versus whoever with Sami Callihan do the title. And then Cody's doing some sneaky shit. The match, Randy's freak. You know what? As he should, because Randy's a freaky son of a bitch. But Randy, just fucking punt people. Please.
He shouldn't have hesitated. I don't agree with that.
Cody Rhodes defeating Randy Orton. Cody Rhodes, King of the Ring, smash or pass?
I have it as, I literally just put, Like, the match was fine, but just like, at this point, I didn't care which one of them won, because I knew it was going to be a rematch from earlier this year. So I was like,
I mean, I was just excited to see the matchup because Matt talked me into like the storyline narrative of it. However, I would have preferred if it was Jey Uso, and I talked about it on the Circle Debate watch along, where if it was Jey Uso versus Cody Rhodes, it would have the similar effect of the Queen of the Ring finals, where you had no idea who could have won because you could have conceived a possible scenario where either of them were in the title match. Randy got soft since the back surgery. What happened to the game? I love it, says TC. But yeah, no, I'm a smash the match. That was the right results. If it was Jey Uso, I don't think it would have been a bad result regardless.
You got the match that you wanted. You just got it in the semifinal instead of the finals. You got Jey versus Cody. We didn't know who was going to win.
No. Yes. I'm not disagreeing on that part. I wanted to see both matches. I just thought that the suspension of disbelief would have been higher had that been the finals, because I wouldn't have known who would have won. Could have had Jay versus Goldberg yeet next.
Goldberg.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Smash the match. It's fine, but the right winner won. Okay.
I agree. Then we had our street fight, our women's street fight. My dad was here helping. We were finishing the stairs. We finished up like right at the end of the Cody match, but we were downstairs, so I had the TV on. I was able to see everything. But then he sat down and watched this match, which he doesn't really ever watch wrestling, so it was kind of funny. He did ask me what happened to like Stephanie McMahon and Stacy Keibler. They're in Saudi Arabia, so you're not going to get a lot of that. But also, women started wrestling and being respected is the answer I gave him.
Good answer.
Thank you. So basically, Spanish Rachel calls Rhea out and then gets that ass beat until Roxanne shows up on Raw and makes the save.
Mm-hmm.
And then Roxanne loses to Jade, so she's not in her match, so she's got nothing to do. So she decides to get involved in this match because Liv suffered a shoulder injury because of the curse of Dominic Mysterio, and
it's real. It's real.
It's real. So we saw Roxanne trying. She tried. She failed. She got put in a trash can and kicked in the face, but she tried. And then we saw a top rope riptide off a table.
Crazy spot.
Beautiful. Spectacular. Give me 14 more.
She said 14 more.
Defeats Spanish Rachel for the win.
Smash. Everyone's who's like, Rhea doesn't put it. Fucking Raquel started this and Rhea finished it. I don't know what to fucking tell y'all.
Also, having like putting someone over doesn't necessarily mean letting them win. Sometimes just giving
Raquel
them
fucking showed up in this match. She showed out. I respect it.
Listen, I tweeted about it. I'm like, yo, guys, I'm low-key kind of scared. Am I starting to like Spanish Rachel?
No, yeah, you're tweeting some crazy shit.
Listen.
I just respect her.
I need an explanation, Vince.
So it's just the aesthetic of it all. Her with Roxanne Perez, given that she's not like Latino anymore because she just got drafted by the white delegation last year at the ethnic draft. Just her and Roxanne, I like that aesthetic. I like the promo she delivered to Rhea Ripley, and her versus Rhea was the only time in her entire career back down in NXT for the title where I actually gave a fuck about her, or also when she was teamed up with Dakota. But I don't know, there was just something different about her. Maybe it was her actual fit. She didn't look like an idiot this time around, and she put on a good match with Rhea Ripley. I'm gonna smash the match for sure. And I don't know. Like she might be winning me over, but it just might be like that cheerleader effect that you hear about in How I Met Your Mother, by Barney Stinson because she's in Judgment Day. She just appears more appealing than she would have by herself. So it might be that.
You just remember,
Yes.
Choo Choo Train Strowman is controlling the narrative in that bedroom.
I heard they're divorced. So
They were never married. What?
oh well, separated. Whatever. They broke up. So she still wore those fuck ass shades today.
All she owns are those fuck ass shades. That's why.
True.
I think the match that I'm not surprised by, but I'm mostly disappointed by, just because, listen, and shout out to our good friend TC over there in Vegas. We want better for Karrion Kross. This man has been busting his ass on social media and backstage and trying to get involved. Smash the match past the winner.
Are you talking about the street fight, or are you talking about?
I think they were talking about the street fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
We want better for Karrion Kross. Like, he's been busting his ass. I'd like to see him get a win. I knew he wasn't going to beat Sami because they're doing things with Sami, but like,
Yeah.
we could have also had him win this match and drive Sami even deeper into his depression.
That's what I thought was going to happen, and I thought would have been the more interesting outcome.
Maybe we could get like Sami doing the Tim White WWE.com shit because he's so depressed from losing his matches.
No, those were bad, dude. Those were bad. He was trying to unalive himself every week in different ways and kept like failing. I don't know if that's the kind of content you need in 2025, Matt.
So Kross loses to Sami. This was all set up on Raw again. So Sami's basically asked about losing his match for the King of the Ring, and Kross shows up, and he's like, yeah, see, I told you weren't going to fucking win. Then Sami punches him in the face and says, I already talked. We got the match made. I'll see you at Night of Champions.
Yeah.
They have the match. Sami gets the win.
Mm-hmm.
I'm passing.
I'm also passing. I get it. You know, Sami in Saudi Arabia is the new Mansoor. But still, man, like, come on. Like, it made Kross look like a chump because he got punched in the face to set up the match. Then he lost the match, and then he just kept looking kind of lame. No, I'm just not a fan. I give up on them doing anything of note with Kev at this point. I think he means Kross.
Yeah, I think his real name's Kevin.
Oh, okay. I thought he was talking about Kevin Owens. I was confused.
Just thinks it's Keith. So.
Oh, okay. Oh.
He calls him Karrion Keith Kross, Justin.
Yeah. There's a joke there.
I completely missed it.
You said Sammy's the new Mansoor of
Yeah.
Sami? I will disagree when we get to a certain match. I can who is.
I already know where you're going, Kitty.
Listen, I liked this match. I mean, yeah, we kind of knew Kross wasn't gonna win. We had hopes. I mean, like, we got like the good entrance again with like Scarlett doing the thing in the black and white, and she is. Let her wrestle. Damn it.
Yeah. Let Scarlett.
I need more Karrion Kross on my TV Weekly just for the entrance.
Yeah,
I know. Oh, I hope I get it on Monday.
Yeah. Noob says past Kross and Sami put on a fun match, but it made Kross look like a joke. Jesus says because Kross is a chump. TC says I do shoot names if I know folks in real life.
It's true.
And Kross should have won. Sami losing would not have hurt Sami's momentum. And Allison's here. Hi, Al.
Hi, Allison.
Allison.
Shout out to everyone in the chat tonight. You guys are making me feel special. We don't normally, have a chat like this. So
oh my god, that's literally how I felt on Wednesday. I was like, who are you people?
So, you sound like Patrick when he went back to his
That's literally how I felt.
Now we're on to our second United States title match title change, because we had Julia defeat Zelina on SmackDown. And now Jacob Fatu, who joins everyone else who has gone, 0 and whatever against 4 Pacific Islanders. 1v4 does not work in this situation because Tonga Loa returned.
And didn't fuck up his timing.
Yes! Shut up.
Liquor, or apparently now Tala Tonga.
Tala Tonga.
Oh, I thought it was
made his debut.
Well, it's Hikuleu, but they're naming him Tala Tonga.
No. I thought like the name that Matt gives him was Hickey Licky.
Hickey Licker.
Hickey Lick. I'm gonna go with Hickey Licky still.
Yeah, I know you are.
Kross losing with Solo.
Fair,
It's all the
fair.
Vegas. It's all the Vegas people.
Solo's the Saudi taker. He's undefeated. I think
That's what I'm saying. Solo is the new Mansoor.
fair.
Where was Jimmy
fair.
Uso?
Jay?
No, Jimmy. Where was Jimmy?
Oh,
Uso?
I think I said Jay. I was like, Jay's not a part.
No,
of
because
the
like
tour.
Jimmy saw Jacob getting his ass beat and said, "Hey, let me come get some of that too." Right? We talked about that last week. He's like, "I want my ass beat too." Solidarity. And then
Tala because he's tall. Wait, so it was Tala Tonga? The name?
yeah,
Because I didn't have the audio going.
he's the taller Tonga.
He's the taller Tonga. Got it. Taller Tonga.
Yeah. Then JC Mateo, Jeff Cobb, and Jimmy Uso had their match, and then Jimmy gets jumped, and then Jacob makes the save, and there was kind of like, so when it's 4-on-1, where the fuck's Jimmy to help Jacob out again?
Listen, maybe he was.
Jimmy said, "I don't want the smoke, and I don't want to be part of this anymore." But
Well, he
Jimmy,
told him to
hear me out.
Get him where he fit in.
My Hail Mary, Mary prediction. We get Solo versus Jimmy at SummerSlam.
Okay.
Some fuck shit happens. Jimmy wins, and Rikishi's happy across the board.
Not until
Rikishi's
Naomi
never.
cashes in.
Yeah.
Well, shh. It's okay.
Yeah. But going back
there.
to the match itself, I'm gonna smash it. I thought Solo is really good. He's funny. He makes me laugh. The last two PLEs he's been part of has made me laugh because his mannerisms, his body language is fantastic. Jacob is fucking fantastic. JC Mateo, he was there too. Tongaloa made his return and the debut of Hickey
And
Licky.
didn't fuck it up.
And he didn't fuck it up.
I was shocked.
I was expecting Tamatonga, and then I got Hickey Licker, and then I was like,
I wasn't even expecting Tongaloa to show up. I was just expecting Hikuleu because I knew he was there.
Noob says, "Where's Jimmy and Jey Uso? They should have helped Jacob Fatu."
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but if they came out, then the numbers game wouldn't have been in Solo's favor, and he probably wouldn't have gotten the title. Rikishi needs to come check on his kids. He does. He never checks on his kids unless they get booked poorly.
Well, I mean, Solo's champion now, so he ain't gonna say shit.
Yeah, what's up, Justin? Look at the homie showing up. Look at this.
Now he'll be Solo's biggest fan again, and it's gonna be fuck Jay and Jimmy, because that's how this works.
Yeah.
Which one's got a belt? That's who he rides for.
Basically.
Yeah.
New Queen of the Ring, full-on Marvel Storm gear. Since we were talking about gear, Jade Cargill. I already talked about how Jade defeated Roxanne to qualify on Monday, and then
Fantastic match
Friday.
too, Matt.
Jade and Asuka go face to face. Naomi comes out, tries to make it all about her, and I'm like, you can't even cash in this situation. Like, why do you just got
She's
the money?
The Storm
in the
Chaser.
Yeah, like why?
She called herself that on Twitter. I'm not taking credit.
I know, but it's like, what are you, a fucking weather girl now? Like,
yeah, she is.
Last place you need to be with razor blades in your fucking hair is anywhere near a windy situation.
Greetings and salutations.
Hi, Rylan.
Hey, Rylan, what's up, dude? Jade as Storm fit was greatness. It was.
It was amazing.
A Storm a Storm was coming. Marvel needs to get Jade Cargill as Storm in the MCU, at least as a variant, at the very least. That'd be dope.
100%.
Give us Jade Cargill in Fortnite with the Storm gear. You can do it like in the MCU shit, or just anyway. Jade Cargill, Queen of the Ring, which again predicted, but smash or pass?
Smash. I think her and Asuka did fine. Asuka's incredible, and Jade, like getting this. I think I also said this. It's gonna be Jade and Tiffany. Naomi's gonna cash in at SummerSlam. We already knew this was gonna happen. But make it a triple threat though. I like when they make it a triple threat because it makes things more interesting. Don't just be like Jade wins. 3 seconds later, Naomi runs out.
I mean, That's what I was about to ask you. Would you prefer it to like? Would Jay win the title and then Naomi catches in, or does Naomi pull a Seth at 31 and make it a triple threat? I already got my answer on that.
As I say, I mean, both will be fun, but I
I
just
think
think they make them triple threats, which I thought was going to happen
yeah.
in the last match as well, but we were bamboozled.
I think I'd rather them do what Dean Ambrose did at Money in the Bank, where all three members of the Shield were champion. Tiffany Watson is champion. Jade beats her for the title, and then Naomi pins her for the title after a cash in. I like that. Jade Cargill, 8 with that cosplay. If she ain't the next X-Men movie, then what are we doing? With the Austin Theory at Katie. so just
gets me. Just understands my Austin theories.
Yeah. I like that you're calling them Austin theories and you're accepting it.
So we're smashing our new
smash,
smash, aka Storm. Maybe we could do like a whole we could create a villain in the MCU around Naomi that is Storm Chaser and give her razor blade powers.
Yeah, I have a question. Who in WWE next time they go to Saudi Arabia can do the Mystique fit where it's all like the blue, just like the X-Men Fox Mystique? Asuka? Oh yeah, that works. I like that. Because that's the next one. Because I was trying to think what other X-Men cosplays that the women or could do, and that's what I was thinking about.
You were talking. I couldn't hear Katie. What'd you say? What up, Will?
Oh, I said Rhea, but for me personally, that's all I want.
See, Rhea could do Mystique like when she's in the bar and like people stuff, where she's like.
Oh, you guys are talking. Oh yeah, you guys are talking Rebecca Romaine. Yeah.
Not necessarily, but just Mystique in general.
Yeah. They can do different Mystiques. There's a bunch of different Mystiques. Someone's got to do the Rogue cosplay. I think that's what I would want Rhea to do, like the full Rogue cosplay with the gloves and stuff like that. Because
I did just see a Primal Rogue cosplay where she was in tattered clothes and then she had the bone necklace, but then also the chick had tattoos and it was Rogue with tattoos. And that'd be
You know what? That might be a sweaty session. Just put a pin on this. Women wrestling gear cosplays for Saudi Arabia. We could do something here. We could start getting creative.
Do the tattered lots of
No, they can't do that. But they could do Spider Gwen.
At least we're not giant shirts anymore.
That's true. That was terrible. Smash Asuka did put on a good match against Jade Cargill. I like Asuka, but I hope Asuka will do well on Elevate the mid card because there's no one else in the main event scene except Rhea Ripley. I think she's gonna go toe to toe with Io Sky at SummerSlam. I think that's gonna be the other women's title match. Lara should do a vulture. That's a good one. I like that. Punk should come out to sell out my reels, Big Fish. Damn. Come on now.
I think she meant bye.
Oh, okay.
So we're there. We're gonna talk about our main event. I still support CM Punk.
I think so. I do too.
I'm still drinking Pepsi.
Me too. Fuck Coke.
So Monday Night Raw. Seth comes out. He's opening the show. He's basically showing all of the fans how dumb they are. He's like, I gave you everyone and everything you love. I'm God. Okay, Seth. Cool. Penta has a match and loses to...
Who let the dogs out?
Vicious spear. Midair.
At this point, they're just headbutts now, Matt. He barely gets his shoulder in there.
Most vicious headbutt I've ever seen.
Fair.
And then on SmackDown, we get basic Punkonomics, where John Cena has. So when we did the Cena pipe bomb, CM Punk was laid out, put through a table, whatever. Exactly. Now John Cena just had to stand there as CM Punk did his gimmick and said all of the things he said and called him Drake.
Watch Drake sue CM Punk now.
Every fucking second of it. Even though he did look like what's his nuts from
What's his nuts?
Yeah, what's his nuts?
What's his nuts? It's wild.
Steve Buscemi from that Adam Sandler movie with Chris Rock and...
Oh, are you talking about Grown Ups?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know why he chose to have the knee pads all the way by his ankles.
It
Like I
was
would have.
so irritating.
It
Like, get
did
this
irritate.
off.
Like take them off or put them on your fucking knees, bro. Like maybe they just kept sliding down. He said, "Fuck it, I'll just wear them here." But at that point, just take them off. My only nitpick, and it's a minor nitpick, is that sometimes his delivery on like the punchlines in his rap wasn't
He's
the
not a
best.
rapper. He doesn't have a platinum record
Again,
like John Cena.
but again, I give him that grace because that's not what he's used to. Like I said, nitpicking, but it was a really funny segment, fun segment, a great segment. Very much enjoyed it, and then the match itself, I argued, might be the best John Cena match of his retirement tour.
I was gonna say he's CM Punk. He's not MC Hip Hop. Like I didn't expect too much.
CM hip hop.
CM Hip Hop.
Anyway,
I know. I see what you're
have I told you guys I love overbooked clusterfucks? Because I love overbooked clusterfucks. And it was so overbooked. There was a point where I thought CM Punk was walking out as champion. There was so much going on. We have the match. We have the finishers. There are the AAs. There are the go to sleeps. And then all of a sudden, Seth Rollins' music hits, and his crew comes out, and commentary's like, the ref's out, and he didn't bring a ref.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, you know he can't cash in because there's no ref. And he was not there to cash in. He was there to be fucking petty. Yeah. Eventually, he was going to cash in, and Jesse's like, no. But he was there to be petty. So basically, he tells Braun and Braun's son beat up Punk. So they do.
Braun's son.
Yes, we talked about this last week. It's Braun's son.
Braun's son. And then the ref gets up and Ron's like, all right, I'm going to cash in. So he's like, no. Hey. No, we're not doing that. Remember, you're going to world heavyweight title. I retire with this belt. Like, blah, blah. So then Braun and Braun's son take out Cena. And then Penta comes out because apparently he didn't get enough after he got speared in half with Braun Breaker's head. Braun drops him. And then Sami comes out because why the fuck not? And Sami starts attacking Braun, and they brawl to the side stage. And then Penta jumps off the side stage onto both of them and takes them out. And Braun's son is still in the ring. And he's like, I'm going to smash John Cena. And I'm like, yes, smash John Cena, CM Punk, 6-time champion. Let's fucking go. And CM Punk pushes this man off the top rope. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Why did you do that? And then Braun's son gets an AA. And then Cena and Punk look at each other. And there were moments in this match, like Cena was going to use the title and get himself disqualified, and then he chose not to use the title and get himself disqualified.
Which was interesting, was like, by the way.
Why the fuck are you doing this? Just be the piece of shit that you need to be.
Yeah.
CM Punk sticks his hand out for a handshake. Stupid. Listen, Phil, I love you. Why? They shake hands, and then they hug, and then Cena gets that constipated look on his face.
Mm-hmm.
Emotionally constipated, Katie.
Yes. Emotional constipation. Got it.
Ew, please don't.
Exactly. That's what I said when he did it. Ew, please don't do that. Verbatim. He goes for the AA. Punk blocks it. He goes for the go to sleep.
He went for a kick in the nuts, and then all of the shenanigans.
Well, if he was going to listen, and I understand Punk's not the tallest guy, but if he was going for a kick in the nuts, he was swinging way too high.
Yeah,
enough momentum to like pick him up. You know,
it looked more like he was doing like one of those like animated kicks in Mortal Kombat where you kick them up into the air. I think Reiko has that move, so it looked like he was trying to like play Mortal Kombat.
You'd think the leader of the chain gang, which thank God we're not doing that anymore, would know that CM Punk's chain hangs low. You got to kick way lower than that.
Hey,
shout out to James. So anyway, he blocks it, goes for the AA. Seth Rollins comes in, hits Punk with the briefcase, stomps him. Cena's like, nope, get out of my ring. Tosses Seth Rollins over the top rope, goes in, gets the pin. 1, 2, 3. John Cena retains his title. Seth Rollins, and then runs like to the ramp. And I'm like, Seth, you could still cash in. Like, you still have two dudes out here. If you cash in now, he just has to come back to the ring. And he's already been fucked up by Braun and Braun's son, and then CM Punk. Like, you could still do this and win. Why are you not cashing it? Also, CM Punk did like the whole, he's laying down, the fans are cheering, he tries to sit up, and then he can't, and they cheer louder, and then he does sit up, and he's like, yeah, I got him.
So I missed that because apparently that was only on the ad-free version of Peacock, and I don't have the ad-free version.
I already know. Cena won, so KD is
Smash.
Vince.
I'm a Smash too. Like I said, it was probably the best Cena match that we've gotten in this retirement tour so far. Overbooked clusterfucks, I love them too. And shout out to Lil Nate. He took a mean ass like hip check from John Cena we didn't mention.
Bro, Charles Robinson gets the MVP for this match. Cena did the nastiest shoulder tackle to this man after Charles hauls ass down the ramp.
Yes,
and Cena said, "Get the fuck out of here."
They did the WrestleMania spot where he's like running.
He runs so fast. And Cena said, "Not today."
It was great. It was great.
Cena has been cashed in on one too many times for him to let that shit slide.
It's already been.
He got cashed in by Edge once, and who else? I think that's it.
No, there was someone else. I can't remember. I've done a full video on it. I don't remember.
He also failed to cash in himself, so that's
it's
Money in the Bank PTSD for Johnson.
He caused Baron Corbin to fail his cash in.
He nearly pounced him, but he didn't.
But then,
listen,
Cena
I love CM Punk. I love CM Punk. I love John Cena. After they had finally got rid of Seth and Braun and Braun's son and Penta and Sami are gone, before the handshake, those two old ass men fucking stumbled towards each other so fucking slow. And I was like, Punk, you can't talk shit about Cena doing things to distract from how slow he is, and then also fucking baby crawl your way to the middle of the ring with him. Like, you need
right.
I only have one question during that moment. What if they kissed?
What if they kissed?
The world would find peace.
There was actual comment in the chat while we were watching that live. I'm like, I'm mad their lips didn't lock.
Because during the Punk Life thing, before he said his last line, he said, "John, I'm going to miss you," not in the mic. Because they love each other.
Right.
So what if they kissed?
I'm okay with that.
I think John Cena's face going from like smiley to constipated would have been way more entertaining if he was making out CM Punk when he did it.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they're both married. It's fine.
So I got the answer. Technically, it's 3 because it was Edge, and then RVD One Night Stand technically is a cash in, and then Damian Sandow, which was failed cash in.
Technically a cash in.
It is a cash in. He just planned it ahead of time.
Yeah. It's just like I don't.
Which Edge made Cena lose that match anyways. So Edge is the problem twice.
Edge is the problem. Got it.
Luckily, he is now coping in AEW and can't affect.
He's not even there.
Yep.
Night of Champions, smash or pass?
Smash.
By the way, John Cena did not defeat CM Punk because Night of Champions is not canon because it's in Saudi and Saudi's not canon.
No, it's canon. It's canon.
Also,
now.
Hikuleo has not debuted yet because non-canon. So, smash.
Canyon.
Chris
Shout out
Canyon.
to Canyon.
Who better than
Chris
Canyon?
Yeah, it's a smash for me. It was a great pay-per-view. I talked about it already. Not a lot of misses, regardless of the results of the Karrion Kross Sami Zayn match. It was still a really good match. Nothing was really bad on the show, so it's gonna get a smash.
I got to watch a wrestling pay-per-view, and then afterwards I got to watch my movie of the day and Woman in the Yard and a couple episodes of fucking Handmaid's Tale with my wife today. Like,
it was a good day.
Good day. I'll smash. Non-canon.
Shout out to Ice Cube.
John Cena still has not beat CM Punk at his best.
It doesn't matter.
Are you smashing Night of Champions?
Yeah, I went first. I said smash.
Yeah, she won.
Are
Yeah,
you
she already
smashing
smashed.
Clash of Champions?
I'm smashing Clash of Champions, smashing Night of Champions, Afternoon of Champions, Morning of Champions.
Brunch
Yeah.
of Champions. That's basically what it was. It was brunch.
Actually, yeah.
Fucking love brunch. Bitches love brunch.
All right.
It's me. I'm
Bitches
bitches.
do love brunch. Katie, tell everyone where they can find you.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter. KatieWrestling13. The link tree in my bio to take everything She Lead Showcase. Twitch.tv/She Lead Showcase and YouTube.com/She Lead Showcase. Typically Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern-ish, unless I have concerts to go to. Then we do a show Wednesday night. Like we did this week. So check it out.
Yeah.
Vicente Alejandro Estrada.
We check out the Get Show podcast. The video version is up on Circle of Debate's YouTube channel over on the live tab. Get over there. We did the Get Show Wrestling ethnic draft where we drafted wrestlers into new delegations. It was a fun time. It was a great time. Check out Get Show podcast. Besides the point, wherever audio podcasts can be found, at Get Your Podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the works. Check all that shit out. We will be back after SummerSlam to do winners and losers for that as well, and do an office sweaty session. So that'd be fun.
And as always, you guys can follow me on Twitter at Matt Ridders, at MATTRIDDER, Matt Ritter. On Twitter for your wrestling content, at Getting Off for your horror content. If you haven't yet already, go subscribe to youtube.com/Creation World. We are, I think, now 7 subs away from hitting
7 subs. Just 7 subs. You can be a sub and then unsub if you want, but I prefer you stay subbed.
And then while you're there, go check out the latest episode of Getting Off, where we did horror movie trivia, and I made an awesome trivia game, and we had fun, and we had a controversial ending that we've been talking about for years to come.
Oh man, I loved that show. It was a fun show. I love the buzzers. I love the sound effect. I just kind of wish I knew more of the subject material for me to like enjoy it that much more.
Well,
but it was a great time.
Movies and don't be a bitch.
I mean, Tommy barely watches anything, and he shows up.
I barely watch movies as it is. You know, I got the whole Circle Debate crew like
Katie
get
was
mad
like
at
that
me
at one point.
Yeah. So there you go. So I'm a new project. You know, there you go, movie project coming soon.
And as always, you guys can also check me out Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Blue Sky at Smackin' It Raw. That'll get you your Getting Off and your Smackin' It Raw content for Ms. Katie Kinsey Bebe and SCS Vince. I am the patron saint of podcasting, the Warden Matt Ritter.
Bye-bye, bitch.